Was kann man den Freunde annullieren? Jetzt kommt zurück zu einem neuen The House of Fata Morgana Let's Play. Wir sind heute in der 26. Folge angelangt und letztes Mal haben Jacopo, also gab es so Flashback mit Jacopo und...
Weil er freundlicher war?
Ja, wo er freundlicher war und ja, also ist er auch.
Ja, gesehen.
Guck mal, wie nett er hier schaut. Ja,
Da
nee,
war eine Animation, wo die getanzt haben.
ja, im Vergleich haben die... war er netter und Maria wurde auch introduced, so diese eine Mate, die cool ist und ja,
Das ist so.
wir starten direkt weiter, wo wir aufgehört haben.
Ah, der stoppt.
They can dance forever, they don't get tired.
See. I'm amazed such an incredible device exists in this world. It makes me wish I had gone outside sooner.
I'm sure someone from as distinguished as a house as yours has seen plenty of amazing things with your family.
Hardly. I rarely ever left the house. I'm ignorant about the ways of the world. Yeah, the sunlight. If you had not taught me, I would have probably never known about moving pictures. The illusion of moving pictures.
Do you like it?
Yes, of course.
More than the portrait you had painted?
Yes. Yes, I do. The painting was wonderful too, but...
You can't seem to make up your mind. Go on, tell me, which do you like better, the portrait or this?
I like this bit.
I see.
He looks somewhat surprised.
Was? Das stand da nicht.
He looks somewhat surprised.
Nein. Please.
Oh. Hä? Wie habe ich das falsch gelesen? Okay. He looks somewhat pleased.
Surprise. Though, when it comes down to it, this is a simple trick only a child would fall for.
Then I suppose that makes me a child. Das ist ja auch hier so gemacht. Schau mal, sieht aus wie ein Kind hier in dem Shot.
I guess.
If it means I get to watch something as splendid as two tiny people dancing, I'll happily fall for the trick.
Das ist so geil. Dieser Hut von Jacopo, der ist so klein irgendwie.
Was? Was?
Der Hut von Jacopo ist so klein irgendwie, ist auf seinem Kopf.
Mhm.
Quit describing it as two tiny people dancing. You're going to lose your head that far up in the clouds.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I do not know how else to describe it though.
It's a toy called a penakistoscope. Penakistoscope.
Phenakisto.
Ja, genau so.
Phenakisto.
Inaki Penascope.
Phenakis Wheel.
Close enough. Das war mit dem Wheel, Digga, kam aus dem Nichts wie Surprise.
Sorry.
Close enough. It was invented around 30 years ago. Ich hab grad vergessen, ich glaube, wir wissen nicht die Zeit, wo das gerade ist.
Ich hab nicht so ein Jahr gesehen am Anfang.
Ja, kann sein, ich weiß gerade nicht mehr.
Lass nochmal durchgehen.
Weil beim
Ich
ersten,
glaube, wir müssen Notizen machen. Ja. Was ist jetzt davon?
beim ersten war 1800 irgendwas, beim zweiten 1900 irgendwas.
Oder dann die Notizen immer in die Kommentare schreiben.
Ja. Close enough, it was invented for the... Ich hab schon gelesen.
Ja, trotzdem, warum ist dann auch mal unnötig?
Ja, wird die Zuschauer ein bisschen lesen lernen.
Ja.
I had the shopkeep make one model after the original design.
Ja, vielleicht schauen die Zuschauer es hier so nebenbei und lesen gar nicht mit die Subtitles.
Ja.
So, the shop owner drew this.
Da merken sie nie und unsere Missspells, wenn
Ja.
sie nicht ausbessern.
Ja.
He did. A lot better than you'd expect, isn't he?
Yes, indeed. I'm surprised he could draw something so cute.
Say that to his face and he'll go red as a beet. What I'd give to get a load of that. You should tell him the next time you see him.
He's a sweet man.
Despite how he looks, you mean? The hate.
It's not right to judge people based on their appearance.
Ha, I'm just kidding. Don't take it too seriously. Sie Digga, sie kann keine Jokes taken und so.
Ja.
Sie ist so serious. The shopkeeper here loves new technology. That wah scope is one such invention that caught his eye. You can trick the eye into thinking drawings are moving. Using a sequence of photos, you can perhaps make it seem as though real people are moving too. And if it becomes possible to show those images to many people at once, these developments could broaden the options artists have to express themselves.
Das ist ja so, was er gesagt hat, dass real people mit den Pictures, die moven. Das ist ja auch so, ein Film ist ja Pictures, die moven. Und dann sieht es aus, weißt du, wie Movement. Das sind Moving Pictures.
I'm not thinking enough movement.
Not drawings, but photographs.
Yes, photos.
Dann Cinema.
By taking hundreds or perhaps thousands of photos, it would be possible to reproduce the world as we see it. This room, people walking down the street. There's no point in recording boring everyday life though. If you're gonna leave a record of anything behind, it should be the project of enterprises that move nations. Say for example, a moving record of the opening ceremony of the railroad.
Er will einen Film machen.
Also hier schon wollte er die Opening-Zeremonie von der Railroad und das ist ja jetzt in der Gegenwart immer noch nicht.
Ah ja, aber wann war das hier?
Ja, wissen wir nicht. That would be something worth watching. And then in time it would expand beyond a mere record-keeping technology and find its way into the hands of artists.
Is such a thing possible? You must restrain still for a long time just to take a single photograph.
Right now it isn't. But eventually it will be. At the vision, ne?
Mhm.
And I'm not simply fantasizing here.
Is that so? Sounds so very futuristic.
Er kommt aus der Zukunft.
Hm.
Deswegen aus der Zahnrad.
Denkst du, wir werden irgendwie Zeit irgendwann sehen im Game?
Ja, sowas gibt's immer.
Immer?
Ja.
Weiß nicht, aber ja.
Nee, aber meistens immer.
Ja, genau.
Also es gibt schon viele Sachen.
Ja, ja.
Und Zeit ist eigentlich immer nice.
Do you
What?
want to support people who work on that sort of thing? Is that why you are friends with the owner?
It has nothing to do with my wants. I merely think there's money in it.
Hmm?
The rich starve for entertainment, and artists create that entertainment. I have no interest in their pretentious self-expression. I just want their money.
Hehe.
What? What's so funny?
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
Honestly, it's just about the money.
As you say.
The money, Skylar! Alright, let's get moving. Next is dinner.
What? We're leaving already?
Ja, die haben noch gar nicht das Foto gemacht. Does it displease you?
No, not at all. To tell you the truth, I wanted to spend a little more time playing with the Fencas wheel,
Ich sag's falsch.
but I could not bring myself to say as much.
Ja, wieder. Sie
Sag doch!
Ja, sie speakt nicht ab
Ja.
und er hat ja selber gesagt so.
Ja, das nervt mich auch.
Ja.
Reluctant Heroes.
Oh, Messe!
I approached the owner to return the wheel.
Das tut mir aber leid. Don't bother. Er will's klauen. Nee, er hat gekauft wahrscheinlich, ne? Bring it with you.
What? But you didn't pay. Nee.
If you don't want it, that's fine too. Just make your decision quickly. You're making the drive away.
Having said that, Jacob went and exited the shop. I alternated between looking at his bag and the Fencas wheel, debating what I wanted to do. And then, with a smile, the owner whispered to me.
You're allowed to keep it. Really.
And I just whispered.
Oh.
Ja, nein, so hat er tatsächlich gesagt.
You're allowed to keep it.
Nein!
Wie denn dann?
Ja, so, you're allowed to keep it, wait.
Nee.
It's it.
You're allowed to keep it, really. Your husband out there had made as a gift for you.
Me?
Little while back, he came to my shop asking if I could make a phenakistoscope. Now that about knocked me out of my chair. He's a man who almost never asks for favors. He's pretty damn brusque and he's got a tongue sharp enough to cut steel, but he's not wicked to his core, I swear it. So please, ma'am, be a pillar of support for him.
In that moment, the thinker's wheel became a precious treasure to me. We had only just married days earlier, and yet he had commissioned it for me without even knowing what it looked like. Okay, he wants messing about kinda here, but this is commissioned extra, I understand. I was filled with a warm, pleasant elation. I agreed with the owner. Jacopo was not a bad man. You're not a bad man, Fata Morgana.
Are you the brave man?
He merely had difficulty expressing himself. Hurrying back to the carriage, I gave him my deepest thanks. He glanced over at me for a moment, then turned back toward the window and muttered, "Yeah."
Yeah.
From there, we went to a restaurant for dinner. You call this a pizza? The crust is an atrocity. It's like I'm chewing on rubber. How can you wave my country's flag and not serve spaghetti? Do you have any shame at all? This wine is pitifully unbalanced, far too high level of acidity. Listen to me carefully. The house wine is the face of a restaurant. He complained about every little thing. It was a complete disaster. But curiously enough, it was not at all put off by his. I was not at all put off by his behavior. When the sun set, the carriage made its way to a nearby hill. The cool nighttime breeze felt wonderful on my skin, flushed from the alcohol, and the light from the gas lamps had a comforting warmth to it. Though Jacopo had complained about the quality of the wine, once he had intoxicated himself, his mood improved visibly. It made him unexpectedly talkative.
Look out at the city. A gloomy town that shuts down at night isn't suited to expansion or growth, but this city isn't like that. You could see people walking beneath the lamps. Digga. And you can hear the bustle of them talking. This is a city that still has plenty of room to grow. As I ride the rising wave of economy, many more people will gather here. More people means more money in circulation. More money in circulation means the city grows. Companies are founded and more goods are bought and sold.
Will it really change so drastically?
It can be difficult to see what's happening from the inside. The majority of people just go about their daily lives and the next thing they know, things are different. No, I'd wager most don't notice the changes at all. Only those with eyes sharp enough to realize what's happening can seize success. I cannot afford to overlook even the most minute change.
Do you have a dream of some kind?
A dream? I'm not sure if it's easy enough to attain to call a dream. Others might call it greed or perhaps ambition. Don't laugh now. My intention is to make the world mine.
The world?
Yes, the world! Sick. And to do that you need neither physical strength nor kindness, but money and influence. People have no choice but to kneel before those forces.
Why are you so intent on obtaining power?
Because I want to change my country, I imagine.
Country?
You are aware that I, like you, am an immigrant, right? I immigrated from an island in the Mediterranean, the Dow, not the same island as you. My country is a peculiar place, where candor and violence go hand in hand.
Und sag mir den verdammten Namen!
As a whole, the country is on the poor side, and if nobody does anything about that, I am one of but a few of my fellow countrymen who has set his sights on a new world. One Piece.
Du weißt New World, ne?
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. They are falling far behind our other nations. Nee, warte mal. Damals war doch Amerika schon länger entdeckt.
Aber es heißt die New
Also,
World.
wurden haben wir trotzdem so genannt?
Es ist die New World. Wurde so genannt.
Yeah. If I find success here, perhaps that will catch their attention. But if it doesn't, then my country is doomed to collapse.
You have much love for your homeland.
My feelings are a little more complicated than mere love.
But genau im richtigen Moment gehustet, mein Popo.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Well, I'll have to remember not to get myself drunk around a woman again. Forget everything I just said. It's about time we head back to the house.
Alright, but
What is it?
is all that right if I provide you encouragement as you try to attain your dream? I know my presence is more likely to be a hindrance, but I would like to be there to watch as you trek forward.
I suppose. Do as you wish.
Thank you, but thank you. You have my support. Darling?
Send a shiver down my spine, though not an unpleasant one. I'm glad to have you as my partner. Flashback-Ende? Wo mir sagt er nicht unpleasant, ne?
I was without a doubt happy then. His smile, the things he said, the thankless wheel he gave me, they were all undeniably real. And those memories give me the will to wait.
For his return.
For the day things go back to the way they were. They allow me to believe.
Ja, sie will den hohen Kyoma-Return haben. Oh.
Oh. Soundcheck.
Ich glaube, es war so Speichersound oder so. This is something that actually happened to another maid. She heard a sound in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night! A sound like dripping water. At first, she thought it was raining. So she looked through the window. And there wasn't a cloud in the sky to cover the stars. Maybe it's a faucet. What is this? She thought, as she stepped out of her room and into the corridor. Ich vergesse jetzt gucken, was faucet ist.
Ich habe letztens sowas gesehen. Weißt du, was voll ein nice Game wäre, was gerade ein Anime ist?
No. Waterpipe, faucet. Ja, sowas Wasserhahnmäßig. Hm?
Made in Abyss. Bevor das nice Game. Oder nicht? Dann geht's so runter, Open World mäßig.
Ja, aber.
Oder nicht Open World unbedingt, sondern man bietet die ganzen Levels jeden.
Ja, das wird so ein Dungeon Crawler, aber das wird safe so scheiße gemacht werden wie das von Mushoku Tensei.
Jetzt müsste so sein wie Zelda-mäßig, weißt du?
Ja, bei Mushoku Tensei gibt es auch so ein Game, das ist aber echt trash. Und ist auch teuer, Digga. 40 Euro oder so. Compared to a room, it was unearthly chilly. The maid regretted not bringing something to cover herself. Ganz kurz. Normalerweise wäre das ja hier so die Maid, also die Main Maid, die das erzählt, aber hier steht Freizeit, Freizeit, Freizeit. Also das ist nicht sie. Und auch nicht so durchsichtige erzählt, du weißt, was
Ja.
ich meine.
Ja.
Also auch nicht die Menschen. But that didn't make any sense. Normally, the temperature wasn't that much colder outside her room. Her nightclothes had always been more than enough for a trip in the lavatory. Wondering what the reason could be, she made her way toward the sound. But then she realized something. There were no faucets in the direction she was going. Rather, she was headed toward a hall. The mansion where she served had many halls, but this one was off in a far corner of the house. Oh, the soundtrack. The least used hall of them all. It had a high roof, but not a lot of space, so it was difficult to make good use of. It also had, ich glaube, es war ein sound effect by the way. It also had a somewhat heavy air to it. A very curious room. It was the kind of place you might assign someone to clean as part of their hazing. Anyway, when the maid realized the sound was coming from that particular hall, she, as you might expect, let out an uncomfortable sigh. But there might be a leak, and having noticed, she couldn't simply ignore it, you know. So, as much as she hesitated, she pushed open the doors to the hall. There was nobody there, and it didn't look like anything was leaking either. There were no puddles or water stains anywhere to be found.
Oh, weißt du, was mir geil wäre? Wenn es sowas gäbe wie Detective Con, so einen Serienmörder im Haus.
Ja,
Und
maybe.
in der Door.
Ja, aber ich habe jetzt schon eine Idee, was das ist.
Ja.
Und zwar, dass jemand so an einem Kronleuchter oder so hängt und das ist so Blut, was runtertropft.
Okay.
Also safe.
Safe.
Ich bin mir sicher
Ja,
eigentlich.
ja.
But she could still hear the
Wenn es
sound.
das ist,
Drip, drip,
dann-
getting louder and louder. Ja! Drip, drip.
Okay. Wenn es ist, dann hinterfrage ich, ob du es doch gespielt hast, heimlich.
Slowly stepping further into the room, looking left, then right, then left again. She searched for the sources of the sound, coming to a stop in the center of the hall. Ja,
Jetzt schaut
es
sie
ist
hoch,
nicht
oder?
rechts, nicht links, nicht unten, es ist
Ja.
oben, es ist runter, da ist jemand tot. Frage ist, wer ist es? She stood there still, quiet, and then a chilly spot on the nape of her neck. Also kalt. Nee, warte mal, das kann nicht sein, weil Blut ist eigentlich warm. Naja, mal schauen. With a little yelp, what? Achso. She reached back to feel her neck, but it wasn't wet. Confused, she slowly, warily tilted her head backward.
Oh, Tür.
Junge. And there hung a bloody skeleton from the ceiling. Also ein Skelett. Brooke, Junge, was macht er für Trolls? Ah, warum tropft es?
Screenshot? Oder?
Oh. Der Kopf. Ja!
Warum aber Jacob?
Ja.
Weil es war ja Ski und.
Ein Albtraum oder wie? Oder was?
Hä? Das war echt ein Albtraum.
Warte mal. Es wurde immer so erzählt, eine Maid hat's so ist gegangen, ne? Und Jacopo erschreckt sich aber am Ende.
Ja.
Hä? That's rich, amazing, oh my god! You scream like a little girl. Maria, you little slut! My god, are you mad? Or children? Warum man? Warum ist das so Mehrzahl? Hä? This is my house, and I would rather you didn't talk about it like that. Achso,
Wer hat gesagt, das ist mein Haus?
ja eben.
Maria?
Sie hat rezipiert. Rezitiert. Rezitiert.
Achso, whose voice will also
Yeah. Whose words were those again? Shut your mouth, bitch! How do you know about that? We're eavesdropping.
Wie du immer so leid zufügst. Ne?
Ja. And another thing, I do not care for the sort of stupid, fantastical tales you women so love to pass around. Because they scare you? Ah, you've never been able to handle anything scary, Jacopo. Grrr. Wow, don't glare at me like that, you're gonna destroy my sides. The rage. So, did you come here for the sole purpose of telling me that cheap tribe? Acting tough after the fact just makes you look like twice as much of a wuss.
True.
Well, I mean, I did make up a good half of it, but the maid really did hear a sound in the middle of the night. Oh! Also, sie hat so eine Story erzählt, er war am Schlafen, I guess, oder so Halbschlaf. Und das hat sie sich dann vorgestellt, was wir davor gesehen haben, so, mit dem Skelett. Also, sie hat die Hälfte von Make-up, ne, aber sie hat echt was in der Nacht gehört. Also, vielleicht ist da echt doch eine Leiche. Und hat getroffen. Mal schauen. And it came from the back hall of this very mansion. Also er ist so scared von Ghosts, so ein bisschen Kentucky-mäßig. So Gott, wir Doraemon Opening. Did you know? They say it used to be a chapel. Oh, ich habe eine Idee. Ist das, was wir im Spiegel gesehen haben mit Mikkel, was eine Kapelle ist? Weil da war es ja auch so schöne wegen Beleuchtung und noch eine Sache, die mir gerade einfällt. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott, oh mein Gott, das ist es. Mikkel ist White-Haired Girl, weil er hat das alles abgedeckt und er hat zu diesem Girl gesagt, Giselle, also ich habe mal Girl wegen dem Namen, dass sie gehen soll, wenn sie es nicht dunkel mag, weil er keine Sonne vertragen kann, denke ich. Also, das wurde nicht gesagt, aber ich denke, er kann keine Sonne vertragen, wie das Girl.
Und ich denke eher, er ist ihr Vater oder so. Warum ist er sie?
Ja, keine Ahnung, weil sie so einfach verschiedene Formen hat auch immer.
Ich habe eher so ein Gefühl, sie ist so
ja, oder verwandt. Also auf jeden Fall verwandt mit ihr. Sieht ja auch ähnlich aus.
Oder er ist ihr Sohn aus der Zukunft. Nee, ich glaube ich weiß.
Ja.
Kein Anhaltspunkt, aber ja.
Ich weiß nicht. Again, I have no interest in you woman's little ghost stories.
Apropos Ghost Stories.
Achso, ja, müssen wir schauen.
Englisch abschauen. Können wir auch eine Reaction drauf machen?
Ja, mein.
Nein, aber müssen wir auf jeden Fall schauen.
Wir können, nachdem wir Andor und Rogue One haben, dann haben wir eh nichts mehr, das mal Deutsche können, dann können wir werden FIFA. Ist das?
Achso, okay.
Achso, ich schon mal vergessen. Is that so? You're not just scared. Reihenfolge ist aber so, Andor, Rogue One, Donnerstag, oder?
Yes.
Okay. Maria! Well, that said, the rumors aren't completely unfounded. This is a pretty old mansion and it's had a lot of work done on it. Vielleicht war das mit Mikkel. Nee, wir wissen, dass das mit Mikkel an der Mansion war.
Ja.
Ich frage mich, welche Zeit das war oder so, aber naja.
Vielleicht so der Founder oder so.
Werden wir irgendwann erfahren vielleicht. Das ist, aber er hat ja auch so gesagt, alle die hier leben werden von der Witch gecursed oder in Ruin getrieben so. Also
ich denke,
so
es wird noch sich zu offenbaren geben. Aber vielleicht eher
ja,
so.
er ist ja die Witch oder so.
Aber das kann nicht. Aber nein, warte, wenn er die Witch ist, dann kann er ja verschiedene Formen also annehmen, so durch Hexerei.
Ja, nicht unbedingt, keine Ahnung.
Mal schauen.
Kinda feels like it's barely holding itself together. Like a big old quilt with pieces from all different time periods. Also jetzt erfasst.
Ja.
The back hall is one of the oldest patches.
Jo.
Also ja, wie du gesagt hast, maybe so einer der Gründer. There's a huge window on the far end. Yeah. And supposedly there used to be stained glass on it. Ja, das war dieses geile Glas.
Ja.
It was a deception of an archangel, they say. Ja, wie bei Mikkel, genau.
Warte. Gibt's nicht den Erzengel Michael oder so? Was ist das hier gerade sagt? Archangel.
Ja, warte.
So, google mal Erzengel.
Nee, ja, so ja. Kann ich machen, aber warte kurz. Also einer von den Namen hatte auch so einen, glaube ich.
Was ist das?
Ja, das, warte kurz. Ja, hier mal.
Mhm.
Also das basiert auf dem echten, glaube ich. Das müsste da auch dabei stehen.
Such mal alle Erzengel.
Alter, Michael.
Okay, schau.
Hier Uriel.
Raphael,
Also Uriel kenne ich vom Namen auf jeden Fall. Ja.
Michael, aber er heißt nicht Michael, sondern Michael. Aber Michael, Sariel, Gabriel und
Der
Rewe.
Michael, der Soldat.
Mhm.
Uriel, das Licht.
Okay, das, ich bin jetzt ziemlich hier auf der Spur. Ne?
Na, mal schauen. Such a shame. I wonder when it was broken. If it was still there, I bet it'd be worth a fortune. I find that hard to believe. First of all, why would anyone put a chapel, spricht man das aus eigentlich? Kapelle? Also sehr
Ja, ja.
Chapel inside a mansion? You've got a point, I guess. Now, how about you you do some actual work instead of distracting yourself with all this nonsense? I do work, but the other mates can be a bit nasty, you know? Dealing with other women is like walking on glass. Am I to blame for that? Yes. What if I said you were? Sein Blick. Ahahaha. Don't give me that look. They're just not fond of me. Simple as that. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, though? Is that so? Oh yeah, I was talking to the madam, and she was telling me you used to be quite a gentleman. Were you perhaps actually in love back then? You sure don't act like it, so it's easy to miss. But I guess you're not made entirely out of steel. Just like when you were young, when you were younger, you still. Dieses hier lange. Do not speak of that. Okay, ist eine. Also als der Junge will nicht davon hören. Und sie ist so eine lange Maid. Ach Digga, ist schon lange Maid von ihm, I guess so. The past is not worth remembering. It is unnecessary. So to you, the past exists just to be cast aside. Nah, it's not important. You don't want me to talk about it. I won't talk about it. But your wife? Never mind. Fuck you, bitch. Speak up. I'll leave you be. I have to get back to work soon, or I'll be staring down the headsmaid's arctic smile. Ah, alright. If the fancy strikes me, I'll drop by and we can trade more ghost stories. Maria. Wie er schaut, ey. What? No ghost stories? No, not that. I have not forgotten those days. Die Vergangenheit, I guess? But no, it's...
Was ist das denn für eine Exchange?
Aber wie oft denn? Alright. Ja, ist halt schade, wenn es halt so gefühlt keine Voicelines gibt. So ganz selten so Schrei als Voiceline.
Ja.
Weil dann hier wäre so ein oder so, ne? Alright. If the fancy strikes you, drop by and we can trade something other than ghost stories. Haha. What did I tell ya? I consider it goodbye. Yo,
Was ist das? Pose.
Digga, cold, guck ihn euch an.
Ja.
God damn it. I can't escape anything.
Was war aber diese...
Was?
Dieses Skelett? Das ist mysteriös.
Die hatte, das war ja kein Traum, glaube ich. Sie hat ja selber gesagt, I made up half of it.
Ja, was war alles dann?
Wie war was?
Ah, der Kopo.
Ja, hä? Hast du gerade überhaupt gelesen? Ja, weil er halt scared von Ghost Stories ist, so wie Gothic. Deswegen.
Okay.
I can't escape anything. Er hat sich erschreckt. Okay, Freunde, dann würde ich sagen, ich hoffe, euch hat dieses Let's Play gefallen. Hat sehr gebockt, wieder mal. Hier irgendwas mit der Part von Jacopo werden wir safe irgendwann noch sehen in dieser Door. Und jetzt geht's wieder zurück zum Whitehead Girl. Mal schauen, was sie da machen wird. Darf ich sagen, Freunde? Lasst gerne ein Abo da, checkt andere Part Plays, Videos und was weiß ich noch. Aktiviert auch gerne die Glocke. Und ja, Fata Morgana ist echt sehr nice und mit einer Drittelstunde dabei, würde ich sagen, Freunde.
Guck ich das was an.
Na, guck ich das was an. Mal schauen, ob meine Theorie mit dem, dass da so Blut hängt und so, also dass es halt wirklich die Geschichte ist, dass wirklich was getropft ist und das war halt so Blut oder so ein Scheiß. Ob das dann true ist. Ja, dann würde ich sagen, Freunde, wieder schauen und
Reingehauen.
bye.